Hi friends, Pastor Doug here with the final installment of our Teaching Tuesday series on the Gospels. I've saved Luke for last because it is such a rich book. Luke appears to be a Gentile by birth, well educated, a physician by profession, and a companion of Paul. Luke was not one of the disciples, but as we learn in the opening verses, he carefully investigated everything from the beginning, and it seemed good to write an orderly account, not to the whole world, but to Theophilus, so that he may know the certainty of the things he had been taught. It is possible that Theophilus was responsible for distributing this gospel to a wider audience. According to the NIV Study Bible, Luke's themes include an emphasis on prayer, special concern for the role of women and the poor, and an emphasis on the Holy Spirit. Indeed, the Holy Spirit is not only emphasized in the Gospel, but it's also mentioned 57 times in the book of Acts. Overall, Luke and the Acts of the Apostles tell a comprehensive story that begins with an angel foretelling the birth of both John the Baptist and Jesus, and ends with the promise that Jesus was going to send you what my Father has promised, but to stay in the city until you have been clothed with power from on high. Jesus then ascends, and the disciples return to Jerusalem with great joy. Luke then continues the account in the book of Acts. A few specific points I would make regarding Luke. It is Luke who tells of the census ordered by Caesar Augustus, the journey to Bethlehem, that there is no room in the inn, and the visit by shepherds. Luke, however, has no mention of the Magi coming. Luke also is the only gospel to record the Passover visit when Jesus was 12. This visit resulted in Jesus being left behind, and after 3 days, Mary and Joseph found him in the temple courts, sitting among the teachers and asking questions. Luke is also the only gospel to tell the story of the Good Samaritan and what we have come to know as the story of the prodigal son. A key verse to Luke's understanding of Jesus and his reason for writing this gospel comes in chapter 19, when Jesus says, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost." This certainly points back to and reinforces the story of the prodigal son in Luke 15. There we hear the Father's proclamation that we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Next week, we begin our series on the fruit of the Spirit. See you then.